Okay, now it's going.
This song's cool.
education items. Does anybody from the board have anything to report this month? I have one just to let you all know that Tegan Musser is going to be reaching out to each of you on a very simple question around what has changed in your life or your career from the time you were a senior in high school to today. And it's all around the digital age, right? And it's examples like, does anybody remember your first duplicate check? When duplicate checks came out, right?
Yeah.
Remember those? Remember those?
I still use them.
Right? And you flip around too. Well, I had to wait for a while because I couldn't afford the duplicate series. I had to use a regular one. But finally, one day I could afford it, right? To today, I mean, how many of us use Venmo? You don't even really write a check. Right? That's an example. I'm talking about medical side, right? Everybody remember when the nurse would come in, take all your stuff, and then walk out, and you'd hear that clipboard drop and that little bin outside, and you go, right? Now you have that. So those are little stories that Tegan's going to reach out because he's trying to put together a collection of what have we seen change in our community and our careers and lives since we were seniors to today. So be prepared for an email coming out.
Kind of a survey.
Just kind of a, was it
a time limit.
What's that?
Yes.
Well, he's looking for like 2 or 3 of those, but it's kind of fun when you get to talking to people like, oh wow, yeah, I remember that. He's got like 4 or 5 examples of that I've given him. And then he's just going to keep adding to them to share this is where we are, how we got here. Yeah, but yeah, time click.
So much.
Remember the
I do.
What's that? The admin and board.
Admin.
He's doing admin, board, council, and county commissioners. Those are the ones he's going to go to. So, and we'll see how far I keep pushing him up the chain. But yeah, he's going to reach out and say, okay, what has changed in your life and your career? All right. And you keep a register? I was never good at the register. Duplicates was something I strived to get one day. I can just download it. All right. Anything else from any board? Otherwise, I'll move on to the superintendent report.
I'm going to start with the opt-out. I do want to thank the community, our public, our parents, our taxpayers for the support that we just received. I just think it's the 20 days were up on June 2nd, and the fact that it wasn't referred is really a strong vote of support in our community. We talk about being fiscally responsible, and we will do that. I talked about the fact that, yes, we asked for $500,000, and that doesn't mean we'll use all $500,000. Our intent is to use what we need. That doesn't mean we'll use any of it. I think that the purpose is to use the things that we need to make sure that our kids get the good education that they're getting, continue to get. So I just want to thank everybody that was involved and the importance of that. So obviously the June primary turned out quite interesting. The governor race did not turn out the way I necessarily thought it would, but yet we'll have a runoff and we'll see how that turns out. If you follow the legislative primaries, they turned out quite interesting because there are going to be 38 new legislators at some point, somewhere. 38, 15 of the incumbents were defeated, which does speak volumes. Of that, 38 of the outgoing legislators, 26 of them really struggled to support public education. Interesting. The South Dakota Freedom Caucus, there were 9 members on June 1st, and there's 1 on June 3rd. So there are some unique changes going on out there in here.
It's really hard to tell what's going to happen in this legislative session.
It is very hard to know what's going to happen. So there'll be interesting changes that could be possibly coming, which could be more support for public education, which is good. I think there are some insurance carrier come in, and they sent a chemist out here to our high school, to do some cleanup in our chemistry lab. And he came out about a week ago, and went through all of our chemicals, and we want to dispose of what we have, because there are some chemicals in there from the 50s still. And so we want to get rid of some of that old stuff and kind of redo it so that we can get a fresh inventory. So just kind of waiting on some bids that'll come to that. He was able to dispose of a good chunk of the chemicals we had. And now we're just kind of waiting on them to kind of dispose of some of them. There are two in there that are gonna probably be expensive to get rid of. There's an azide in there, that reacts with metal that can catch on fire. We also have a white phosphorus in there that we need to get rid of. So those will kind of be the higher end, the rest of them are general chemicals we can get rid of. That's the basis.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. Actually, he was actually interesting to visit with while he was here. Chad had a chance to visit with him, so as did I, and he went through it. It took him probably 4 hours, I suppose, to go through it all. But I was pleased with the fact that he went through all the chemicals. He went through the art room. He went through the biology lab, and he went through our shops just to make sure that there were things that if we needed to get rid of them, we would get rid of them. So everything was good. We had a parking lot meeting. They will start on the 15th of June. Sounds like we should have substantial completion by July 28th. So we have a meeting set for Wednesday with the city of Lennox, city of Worthing, the COPS grant. So looking to get that going. KSB is set to release policy updates here in the next few days. I will send those out to our policy committee so that they can look through those as well before we update them with our board. And then I just want to thank everybody as we kind of close out our fiscal year of 25-26 and get ready to go again in 27-28. So 26.
Can't skip
Way
next
ahead.
year.
Sorry. 25, 26, and 26, 27. So, yeah, but, I felt like it was a really good year. Yet, obviously there's always things to work on. We'll do another board retreat, and Scott and I visited about that, as we kind of set some more board goals. That's all I got.
I have a question. You
Yeah.
had sent a message about a committee to come together. You had requested maybe one or two of us to join. Did you get what you needed?
Lost.
I think that's Casey's community. So,
Or in the sports.
I think at our board retreat, we should review all the committees and start having the regular meetings again.
Yeah.
We haven't had that.
We're gonna have like long-term.
Yeah, long-term. Thank you,
with the
long-term.
policy and,
Yep. So we should review all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll ask Casey to get what he
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah. I think we're good.
Anything else, Tom?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. And then, any principal director reports this evening, you said this.
Yeah, no, I think we're good.
Okay.
And unless you had something that you guys wanted to share.
I think maybe I'll just add congratulations to our final activities of the year. Our softball team finished 7th at the state tournament in Aberdeen this past weekend. We have track, boys and girls finished 2nd at the state track meet the week before. So It was a really busy close of the year, so a pretty successful year in athletics. So now we're into the summer training and lots of camps going on at the school, so. And then driver's ed is going on now, and the building's never empty.
Thank you. All right, then we'll move on to the financial reports. Bills.
Yeah, new bills on pages 42 through 65, and then just to point out, pages 62 through 65 are July 1 bills. We approve them now because we can't write the checks or send the ACH until July 1 because it's for next year's budget, so I don't want to send it money now. So. But if we wait till our July meeting, it's too late, so it needs to be there by July 15th. So.
Okay, once you've had a few moments to review those additional bills as presented, I'll move on to action items. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda, which is to approve and or correct minutes of the previous meeting, approve financial report, and approve claims. Entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
Second.
Have a first and a second. Any questions or discussion on the consent agenda or the additional bills? Eager to see what they do with the red cowbell. Alright. Hearing none, let's vote.
Heidi? Renee?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes. Alright, moving on to action item B, any conflicts of interest to disclose this evening? Don't know of any, so we'll move on to action item C, which is to approve adding one section to Lennox Elementary Kindergarten for a total of 3 sections. Entertain a motion to approve adding this section. So moved. Have a first
Second.
and a second. That will bring the class sizes up to
Like 16.
16. Perfect. Okay.
And then I wanna just go over, in the board packet, if you click on the increase in the Lennox Elementary Kindergarten to 3 sections, it shows the use of the opt-out funds,
Okay.
just so everyone realizes what we're spending when we do that. That we only receive $250,000 next year because of the tax year is different than the fiscal year, so we only get half of what we will request, which we will request the full $500,000 the first year. And once you add a kindergarten teacher and add a junior high math teacher, if we decide to do those 2 things, and then our enrollment does look like it's gonna be less than what I hadn't thought to begin with. So we are using almost all that $250,000, we only have like $50,000 to $60,000 left over, so, just wanna keep everyone up to date, that's where we're at. And that is still using $200,000 capital outlay funds to balance the budget, so.
I guess we're using the opt-out money too.
We were using most of the opt-out money for these two teachers, and then, just making sure we have enough money, depending where enrollment doesn't fall, so.
Thank you for the input.
So the expected kindergarten teacher size was what?
What will they be?
What it would have been,
I think they were like 25 and 26,
okay? so
and
let's
now
go into
they'll be like in the 16, 17 or something.
Any additional information, questions, or discussion? Thank you again. All right, hearing none, let's vote.
Renee?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Heidi?
Yes.
All right, action item D is to approve adding a junior high math instructor. Adding this in for the, trustee coming up. Entertain a motion to approve adding the junior high math instructor.
So moved.
Have a first
Second.
and a second. Any questions or discussion?
I think maybe they would explain why we wanna add that,
What's that?
why we wanna add that for the public.
Oh, yeah, because we were getting our enrollment coming in was gonna be at 97, and so our class size numbers would be at like 30.
33 and 34 in the,
34.
in those math classes.
Those math classes, so we wanna kind of reduce that number down.
So either way, we would have divided those sections. We would have had the 8th grade in 3 sections, or the 7th grade in 3 sections. We would have been way over 30, 33, 32, 34 in any of those classes.
And what were we at the year after, we took the position out?
So
What were
a couple
we?
years ago, when we reduced it, we did
Yeah.
it
This year, what were the
Yeah,
numbers
sure.
in each class?
for math.
For
So
the
the
junior
8th, so the 8th grade was at 80 something this year. 87?
Like, what were the class sizes? Do you know?
So they were less than 30 this year,
Okay.
cause the numbers were under 90.
That's what she's asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So the class sizes grew.
So it's
The math
less,
sizes grew.
Big
This
sixth
allows
grade
us to
class is
cut
coming
back.
in
Yep.
seventh grade.
These 2 classes are both well over 90 that are in junior high now, so we've never had them both this big at the same time. Usually you've had one big one and then one smaller one, and this is a, yeah.
But that's what we want. We want growing class sizes.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
but, okay, so if they opt out and the class size, it makes sense to react.
then we're gonna probably have a challenge the following year?
We will be at a little over 80 in our sixth grade, and same thing for our fifth grade.
Okay,
So we have 2 small classes, which is why we're at 3 sections of sixth and 3 sections of fifth.
Right,
We'll be around 26, 27.
okay. Something to look forward to. Okay.
Hopefully the new housing development brings more in.
Yeah.
All the 6th, 5th, and 6th grade. We'll only recruit kids in 5th and 6th grade.
Yeah, okay.
All right, any other questions or discussion on that?
Thank you for the information.
All right, let's vote.
Scott?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Heidi?
Yes.
Renee?
Yes.
Motion passes. Action item E is to approve the resignations, and we'll do these both together. So approve the resignation of Trey Mannix as the assistant boys golf coach, and Paula Terpstra is the special education counselor. Entertain a motion to approve both of those resignations.
So,
You know, first, and second. Any questions or discussion on those resignations?
These positions are not being replaced, correct? Is that?
The boys golf one, no, we are trying to replace those.
Any additional questions or concerns? Good. contracts. And this is for Kayla Haberbold as the Lennox Worthing Chancellor Intermediate Student Council Advisor, and Patricia Bernhardt as the Assistant Soccer Coach. Entertain a motion, we'll do those two together, and then the next one independently, because it's a meeting. So entertain a motion to approve Kayla and Patricia.
So moved.
We have a first and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, let's vote.
Jordan,
Yes.
Heidi,
Yes.
Renee,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Okay, action item F is approved. Action item F, C is to approve Tasha Gray as a summer driving education, effective immediately. Entertain a motion to approve that new contract.
So moved.
Second.
The first and the second, any questions or discussion?
Have you ever tried to get driver's ed during the school year? You know, some schools are.
Have we ever?
Would we try to get like driver's ed during the school year, like as a class during?
I,
Couldn't charge for it then.
yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, you have to have a teacher, a time available during the school day to do it. So, it's a bit then that, yeah, in that sense, then we would be paying for it.
I just thought that was closer by the high school parking lot.
True.
It's already a thing.
I think the schools that do it, they essentially cover the cost of the in-house class. And then the driving is done outside of school, so then they pay for the, students pay for the driving portion, so.
Any additional questions or comments on it? Otherwise, let's vote.
Heidi,
Yes.
Renee,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes. Alright, now we move on to the standard stuff. Entertain a motion to approve the consolidated application assurances. Entertain a motion to approve that.
So moved.
We have a first,
Second.
and a second. Any questions or highlights you want us to put on, Mr. Ortiz? Alright, anybody have any questions or discussion? Otherwise, let's vote.
Renee,
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Heidi.
Yes.
Alright, action item H is to approve the comprehensive plan for the year. Entertain a motion to approve the comprehensive plan on file.
So moved.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Any questions or discussion on that? Alright, hearing none, let's vote.
Scott.
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Heidi.
Yes.
Renee.
Yes.
Alright, action item I is to approve English language learners plan, the ELL plan. Entertain a motion to approve that plan.
So moved.
We have a first,
Second.
a second. Any questions or discussion on the ELL plan? Hearing none, let's vote.
Jen.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Heidi.
Yes.
Renee.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes. Alright, action item J is to approve the family engagement plan. I'll entertain a motion to approve the family engagement plan.
So moved.
First, second, all those, alright, any questions or discussion on the family engagement plan? Gonna go faster. Any questions or discussion on that? Hearing none, let's vote.
Jordan.
Yes.
Heidi.
Yes.
Renee.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Motion passes. Action item K is to approve the IDEA assurances, which is Individuals with Disability Act. Entertain a motion to approve the IDEA assurances.
So moved.
We have a first,
Second.
a second. Any questions or discussion on those assurances? Hearing none, let's vote.
Heidi.
Yes.
Renee.
Yes.
second. Any questions or discussion? Alright, hearing none, let's vote.
Renee?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Heidi?
Yes.
Motion passes. Entertain a motion, we'll move on to action item M, which is to set food service rates for fiscal year 26-27. There's some slight increases in those.
All of them increasing by 10 cents each.
Alright, any, entertain a motion to approve setting the food service rates for the fiscal year.
Support.
We have a first,
Second.
and a second, any questions or discussion?
I will say, we will be losing money this year in our food service program, and the budget for next year doesn't look great either. I'm not exactly sure what to do that because like the meal counts are down, like not just with us, like statewide, like fewer kids are eating school lunch. So I struggle with increasing it because if you increase the price, then even though you increase the price, you might have fewer kids eat, so your revenue is not gonna do any better than it did this year, but we have to increase it per the price calculator we have to do for the federal government, so that's what we're gonna do for this year, and then, she has eliminated 2 different positions, in the kitchen for this year, one of the kitchens this year to help with the budget, so this year we'll look at other things that we can do, to help with that. But right now, they have the fund balance and the cash reserve to take the hit, so until we get to that point, we'll try to fix it for the next couple of years.
Did we take?
And I don't really know what to do because like the prices just keep going up and fewer kids are eating and then of course you have all the different regulations that you have to abide by based on like salt and amount of sugar and carbs and all those things, and it's hard to find stuff that kids like to eat, so.
You know how much you would have to raise prices to break even?
Probably 50, 60 cents. And then if we do that, once again, then fewer kids are gonna eat, so then it's not really going to help break even. So,
Are the three?
but we are like in line with, like, if you look at the rest of the, school districts, like, we're pretty close to where everybody else is at. And like, we have area business manager meetings once a month, and I swear almost every month this topic comes up because fewer and fewer kids are eating lunch and breakfast.
I presume they're not packing lunches.
They must be packing lunches. They have to be. Because I don't know what else they're doing. Because, I mean, they, like, especially at the elementary, I mean, they have to eat something. We don't let them not eat. I mean, at the high school, they probably don't have to eat, right?
We have more and more microwave use at the
Yeah.
high school.
So,
There's lines for them.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
They bring them from home. So,
I know my son's doing his fair share of keeping
I know.
the food service afloat, so.
I was trying to ask, do the free and reduced meals, does that take any effect, like with what kind of money we get from the government, does that affect any of that?
Like I mean, that is staying where it needs to be, like, we're in budgeting. But it's so low, like, our free and reduced is like less than, I don't know, we're like 15% this year, which is so low. So we really don't get a lot of federal money because it's so low. What we need to do is have the meals go back to universal where everybody gets their meals paid for. And there has been more talk about that at the federal level. A lot of states are doing that, but ours will never do that.
Like what they did during COVID?
What they did during COVID. Because then we had so much money that they were telling us we couldn't have that much money, so we needed to get rid of that money. So we bought new equipment for equipment that needed to be replaced. So it was one-time money because we knew we would eventually run into this problem. So, anyway, it's just like all the rest of the budgets, it's like the balancing act and Peter the big ball.
It's not eating. Showing up and not eating.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not eating our lunch anymore.
yeah. Gotcha. All right, any other discussion or questions on that? Otherwise, let's vote.
Jordan,
Yes.
Heidi,
Yes.
Renee,
Yes.
Alright, action item N is to close the bond redemption fund number 32, the original high school bond account, to the bond redemption fund number 33, the high school bond for the LHS addition and financing. Alright, I'll entertain a motion to close fund 32.
So moved.
First
Second.
and a second. Okay. Let's go to the moment.
Okay, so whenever you pass a bond, you have to set the bond redemption fund, and that's where you collect all the taxes that you get every year, and then those taxes are used to pay the debt and the interest on that. We still have like $20,000 that are left over in the old bond redemption fund, which was for the original high school bond. It's like, they say, it's like $20,000. Anyway, so like that number stayed the same, and that was just like, delinquent taxes that just didn't come in, and they've just been trickling in. So at this point, I just wanna close that measly $20,000 and put it into the one fund, which will help pay for the new bond. And then, so that it'll be just closed and gone and collected.
Just a transaction.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Any additional questions or comments? Alright, let's vote.
Jen,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Heidi,
Yes.
Renee,
Yes.
Scott.
Yes. Action item O then, the closure passes. Action item O is to close the custodial account 71-415-106, the senior class account into the general fund per policy 3005.
Yeah, and there's only like $1,000 or something, and it could be less than that now, because once the graduation stuff comes in, it's usually not that much money. And like before, we put like what was in there into the old other accounts, because it was such a large amount. This is not hardly very, this is a big amount. Like they would use it for prom, so we transferred it into those other lower class accounts, but this one is not that case, so,
Good job using it then.
yes.
Alright. Then, yeah, so entertain a motion to approve that custodial closure.
So moved.
We have a first
Second.
and a second. Any additional questions or? Hearing none, let's vote.
Jordan,
Yes.
Heidi,
Yes.
Renee,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Motion passes. That ends the action items for this evening. The only discussion item we have is to review any open enrollments. Any review this evening?
We have, I'll just go through them. We got a second grader coming from Wyburn Burley to Lennox Elementary. A second grader from Harrisburg to Lennox Elementary, and a 12th grader from T to Lennox High School. An 11th grader from Wyburn Burley to Lennox High School, 7th grader from Parker to Lennox Junior High, 5th grader from T to Lennox Intermediate, second grader from West Central to Lennox Elementary, a kindergartner from Sioux Falls to Lennox Elementary, kindergartner from Wyburn Burley to Lennox Elementary, a kindergartner from Beerswood to Lennox Elementary, a kindergartner from Canton to Worthing, kindergartner from Sioux Falls to Lennox Elementary, a 12th grader from Sioux Falls to Lennox High School, and a 4th grader from Sioux Falls to Lennox Elementary. Those are the intra-districts are kindergarten from Worthing to Lennox, and the kindergarten from Worthing. We have not really had a whole lot of out of districts at this point.
Any questions or discussion on that?
Where do these put the kindergarten class?
They're already included.
They were
included in the number.
Just waited to approve them and to move on that back.
Alright. Then entertain a motion to adjourn this evening.
So moved.
We have a first
Second.
and a second. All those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.